Sports have long been a source of entertainment, cultural significance, and national pride.
One in, Gabriel stayed up, there's Jesus! He's done it again!
Over the years, many of the world's most prestigious sporting events have evolved into multi-billion-dollar spectacles, attracting celebrities, wealthy sponsors, and international audiences. The combination of the world's best athletes, cutting-edge technology, lavish venues, and significant global attention often results in exorbitant costs for hosting these events. From the glitzy lights of the Super Bowl to the grandeur of the Olympics, this video will delve into some of the most expensive sports events ever held, examining their costs, significance, and the reasons behind their sky-high budgets. The Commonwealth Games. The Commonwealth Games are a multi-sport event that takes place every 4 years, featuring athletes from nations and territories that were once part of the British Empire. While the Olympics attract countries from around the world, the Commonwealth Games tend to have fewer participating nations and a smaller scale of infrastructure development, making them significantly less expensive to host. The Commonwealth Games still require a significant financial investment in infrastructure, security, and logistics. The overall cost is usually much lower than the Olympics. The 2018 Commonwealth Games in Gold Coast, Australia, for example, had an estimated cost of around $1.5 billion. The Olympics. The Olympic Games are undoubtedly among the most expensive sporting events globally. The event's cost can vary significantly based on location, infrastructure, and the scale of the competition, but the numbers are staggering nonetheless. Both summer and winter games come with significant financial requirements, as host cities are tasked with constructing massive sports venues, building new infrastructure, and providing accommodations for tens of thousands of athletes, officials, and spectators. For example, the 2020 Tokyo Olympics had an estimated cost of $15.4 billion, largely due to delays and COVID-19 related complications. Similarly, the 2008 Beijing Olympics saw China spend around $40 billion, with much of the investment directed toward infrastructure and the construction of the iconic Bird's Nest Stadium. The 2014 Sochi Winter Olympics also shattered records with an astronomical price tag of over $51 billion due to large-scale infrastructure projects, including new roads, airports, and ski resorts. The enormous costs of the Olympics come from a combination of factors. Infrastructure development. Host cities must invest in world-class sports venues, transportation, and facilities to accommodate millions of visitors. Security. Ensuring safety for athletes and spectators requires a significant investment in security personnel, technology, and logistics. Operational costs. Everything from staffing, hospitality, and opening ceremonies to broadcasting and media rights contributes to the overall expense. The FIFA World Cup. The FIFA World Cup is the most watched sports event in the world, attracting billions of viewers every 4 years.
A heartbeat. And Messi!
With 32 national teams competing, the World Cup brings together global talent, state-of-the-art stadiums, and millions of passionate fans, resulting in massive costs for host nations. The 2022 Qatar World Cup was the most expensive ever, with costs expected to exceed $200 billion due to extensive infrastructure investments like new stadiums, roads, airports, and a new city, Lusail, built specifically for the tournament. Other World Cups also come with significant costs. For instance, Brazil's 2014 World Cup cost an estimated $15 billion, while South Africa's 2010 World Cup was pegged at $3.6 billion. Much of these costs are tied to infrastructure development, such as stadiums and transportation networks, which have been both praised and criticized for their long-term usefulness. The costs of hosting the World Cup are largely driven by infrastructure needs. The construction of new stadiums, improvements to public transportation, and accommodations for millions of visitors can be prohibitively expensive. Security and logistics. Given the tournament's high profile, Heightened security is a priority, adding to the overall costs. Media and sponsorship. The World Cup is a global spectacle, and the rights to broadcast, sponsor, and advertise at the event command staggering fees. The Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, the annual championship game of the National Football League, NFL, is one of the most extravagant sports events in the world. Hosted in a different U.S. city every year, the event involves high-end entertainment, celebrity performances, and luxury experiences for both fans and sponsors. The cost of hosting the Super Bowl varies, but the expenses generally hover around $10 million to $50 million for the city, while the revenue generated from ticket sales, sponsorships, and advertising far outweighs the cost. For example, Super Bowl 55 in 2021 had an estimated hosting cost of $14 million. However, the event generated significant revenue from sponsorships, advertising, and tourism, with high-profile ads costing over $5 million for a 30-second spot. The overall economic impact on the host city often exceeds $300 million due to the influx of fans, media, and tourists. Super Bowl costs are driven by stadium setup and security, ensuring the venue meets the needs of both the game and the media while maintaining a high level of security for spectators and players. Entertainment. The halftime show, featuring global stars and elaborate stage setups, is one of the event's most expensive elements. Advertising and sponsorship. Super Bowl ads are some of the most costly in the world, with companies vying for the coveted commercial slots. Formula One Grand Prix. Formula One F1 racing is one of the most expensive sports in the world. The Grand Prix events, held in iconic locations like Monaco, Abu Dhabi, and Singapore, attract high-net-worth individuals and global sponsors. Hosting an F1 race can cost anywhere between $50 million to $100 million plus per event, with cities investing heavily in infrastructure and logistics to accommodate the international event. For instance, the Monaco Grand Prix alone can cost upwards of $100 million to host, with the costs stemming from the need for specialized racing tracks, temporary structures, and significant security. The Abu Dhabi and Singapore Grand Prix also run up high costs, with investments required for street circuit alterations, luxury accommodations, and logistics for the race teams and spectators. The high costs are mainly due to logistical demands. F1 races require specialized tracks and infrastructure, along with transportation networks to manage the arrival of teams, sponsors, and spectators. Luxury experience. F1 events cater to high-net-worth individuals who enjoy VIP packages, exclusive hospitality, and extravagant entertainment. Media rights and broadcasting. The global nature of F1 requires substantial investments in broadcasting rights and media coverage, adding to the overall event cost. The most expensive sports events ever held have become synonymous with luxury, prestige, and the convergence of global audiences. The scale of these events, whether it's the Olympics, the FIFA World Cup, the Super Bowl, or Formula One, reflects the immense financial and logistical effort required to create memorable experiences for athletes and fans alike. Behind these events are massive investments in infrastructure, technology, security, and entertainment, and while the costs are astronomical, the rewards often surpass them in terms of international recognition, tourism, and business opportunities. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more valuable content. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.